And right now, you should probably open up the thingamajigga.
I mean, if you want, nobody's the boss of you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to fucking Star Wars, goddammit.
Ding
So,
dong, dang it, boy.
if you're in the Discord, and if you're not, why do you hate us? I did specify in the Discord that, barring some unforeseen catastrophe, there would be Star Wars tonight. I did not expect to be so literal. Only 2 people showed up, but god damn it, I'm a man of my word, and there's going to be some fucking Star Wars happening.
Actually, you're a person
it,
too.
it's finals week is what happened.
Yeah, look at the nerds studying.
Can you believe those assholes trying to better themselves through higher education?
It's disgusting.
How dare they?
Also, what did you say, Adam? It sounded important.
I forgot what I said. I forget a lot of things I say.
Adam regularly spouts out Zen cones.
Yeah, I found out words of wisdom that just go past people by.
Adam, we joke about sending you to Japan, but if we ever have the money, I want to do it. But you have to go to like a Zen monastery and like try it out for like 2 weeks.
Just Josh and Adam.
But I have to shave my hair, and I'm already losing my hair. But I probably would do it anyway. It'd be dope. I thought about doing it here just for the lulz, but I can't do it anymore.
The other guys are literally taking their finals right now.
I mean, that's all well and good, Josh, but if we put it to a vote, can we send you to Luchador School instead? Because I want to see El Fuego, goddammit.
We can do both.
Okay.
We're gonna send him there for at least a month, Daestra. He'll stuff as much as he can into 1 month.
Starfinder Jack, what's up, buddy? A May Cafe and Kakashi cosplay like that doesn't happen every Tuesday.
All right, where do we leave off, Chaz? Or do you want one of us to recap?
Jack, I don't know if I leveled up. I don't remember last week.
I mean, I remember what happened last week, but go ahead and recap because I think it might be more entertaining that way. Also, I'm blessed to have my favorite beer by my side, some Dunkel Warsteiner.
I also have a German beer with me.
So basically what I'm saying is I'm prepared for tonight. I got no idea what's going to fucking happen. Somebody might die. Everybody might die.
It's the drinking stream. We got Kieran and Shivan here for pour some out for the homies, for the Yakuza.
So we're on a Star Destroyer. It's currently blockade Karelia. We're on the Star Destroyer. Our plan was to try to like blow it up or like basically drive the damn thing into the ocean. We got caught by a Sith Inquisitor and her 2 apprentices. We ended up losing Kyle to the Sith Inquisitor as he was having his come to the dark side speech given to him as he is a Force sensitive. Whereas the rest of us decided to try to basically swindle the 2 Sith Inquisitor apprentices by playing Pizak with them. No, I'm sorry, Sabak, not Pizak. And we managed to at least swindle some of their equipment off of them before we decided to go ahead and open fire on them. And then Kyle tried to Jedi mind trick a Sith Inquisitor with no Jedi training under his belt. It went about as well as you would expect. But he managed to Jedi mind trick some stormtroopers who were about to carry him away to prison on the Star Destroyer. And when he went back, found one of our buddies that we hired for this mission, and went off and set off some explosives in the main control room.
There's one other bit of narrative that I don't think Kyle himself realizes. But now, Shenvir, the Sith Inquisitor, thinks he is Carleve's apprentice that has been running amok on Karelia. So that will have some interesting narrative implications later. But for now, yes. A massive explosion has rocked the command bridge. And when we last left off, the lights flickered. The Star Destroyer began to list. And you can almost feel that horrible welling up sensation in the pit of your stomach as the Star Destroyer is going down. At this point, The question is not whether or not you will break the blockade around Corellia, for it is broken. The question is, will you survive? And with that, I return you to the room in the hospital wing. You have 2 dead Sith Inquisitors before you. You have a very badly beaten Jedi sort of strapped to a medical bed. What do you do? Also, for the record, if anybody's ever seen The Gamers, the movie, I'm not talking about Darkness Rising, even though I do believe that Darkness Rising is the inherently superior one. I'm talking about the OG, the original, the first indie film that started it. There was a character named Mark. And a running joke throughout the movie was, what's Mark doing? Because Mark, the player, wasn't there. It's, oh, he's here too. And the camera would pan over and Mark would be just at a screenshot. From now on, that's canonically what's happening for anybody that's not at one of my games. I'm just going to I'm going to roll with it.
Market? You going to mark it?
I'm going to what?
You going to mark it?
Yeah, they're now perpetually marked until they decide to show up again.
So I'm going to look to the Jedi. I'm going to be like, can you walk?
I don't think I have a choice.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab I have the nifty new tool. I'm going to grab the lightsaber, turn it on. I'm going to kind of cut his restraints with it.
There's a shower of sparks, and he sort of like rolls and slumps out of the bed, landing on hands and knees as he pushes himself to an unsteady footing.
Adam, how tall are you and what's your strength score?
Yeah, I think 5'5".
What's the average height of a Rhodian male?
I think
probably in the book.
Yeah, somewhere, but I don't feel like that's for nerds, and I'm not going to school no more.
Readings for nerds. We play D&D like Chads. God damn it.
Yeah. I role play about height. I think I'm like almost 5'5", and my strength score is 14. So
okay,
not the best.
So I'm about 4.5 feet. That's the average height of a game. So I between the two of us, if one of us is going to carry the Jedi, it's probably going to have to be you.
I'm sorry, Adam. I love this. Rhodians are quick and well coordinated, but often act without thinking things through and are often rude and try to bully others. Good choice, my man. He's been role playing this whole time.
Adam comes from the Michael Cera school of role playing. He tends to play himself.
Fix it myself,
or a character that's like one step away from him.
Yeah, because I like to think I'm a little bit more confident than my characters. I like to think that, but sometimes it's questionable.
Adam has better decision making skills in real life. I will give him that.
I'll second that.
Except when driving, I suppose when you're, but I haven't. I'm still a better driver than most.
Well, I did one time say I was going to smoke ribs when Adam was sick, and Adam says he might show up just to throw it up. So sometimes his decision-making skills are questionable.
Yep. All
right, boys.
What can't mess up the ribs. I get to taste it twice that way, Josh. One the good way, one the bad way.
So here's the situation that you find yourselves in. You're deep in enemy territory. Said enemy territory is currently on its way into the drink, into a watery fucking grave, and you are currently separated from Kahalshak and Jaff. What's the objective here?
So I know I have a, what do you call it? A communicator? I forget what it's called in this game.
Comlink?
Yeah, Comlink.
Bluetooth.
I have the Star Trek thingamajigger. No, I'm gonna try to get. I'm assuming. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Kahalshak first, and I'm gonna try to get a hold of Jath if he doesn't pick up. I'm assuming Kahalshak isn't gonna pick up because.
To make my life easier, we'll say there is a static on your end when you try to call into Kahalshak.
Yeah.
Maybe something got damaged, or actually, he probably doesn't even have his comlink anymore because everything that was on him got yanked off of him and then blowed the fuck up. So Speaking of which, we do need to figure out where the fuck he put the box. Because if I remember correctly, the last canonically stated place was the box was on his person. But he swears that it wasn't when he got searched. So, I will own my own fuck up, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he hit it off screen, but I need to figure out where. So yes, you hear only static. His fucking communicator is space dust with the rest of the bridge now.
So in that case, I'm going to try to get a hold of Jath.
Okay, I'll allow it. Sure, why not? So your comlink keys in on the sounds of just the apocalypse. There's sparking wires and moans of the wounded, and they're still flying blaster shots hither, tither, and yon, and then poof, in the distance there's another explosion. Hello, Gand!
This is Gand. The ship is currently in critical position. I cannot get a hold of Killshock. I would suggest getting to an escape pod, and then I'm going to cut off.
Okay.
And I will say, well, I'm going to look to the rest of the group and say, he has been warned. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and point the Rhodian to the Jedi, make like a pickup motion, and then head out the door.
Okay, as you head out the door, so again, everything's just slightly, maybe 10, 15 degrees off than where it should be. So people are currently running. There's a hammering of heavy footsteps as just the med base staff and what soldiers were stationed here are just hauling ass. They're fucking out of here. They know what's happening. The Star Destroyer doesn't just tilt.
Yeah.
So there's like medical carts and papers and clipboards sliding and sort of gathering in the corner of the wall. You are able to keep your footing for now, but if the craft continues to tilt, what do you immediately want to do as you exit the room?
Does it look like the medbay staff knows where to go?
It's kind of difficult to tell because everybody's just kind of running out.
Yeah.
So they're running, into the Star Destroyer proper.
So I'm assuming since they're non-combative staff, that they're not going to be running to the same escape pods as combat staff. So I'm going to tell whoever's following me, I'm assuming the Rhodian and the Jedi, to follow me as I'm going to follow the med staff out.
Okay. So the Jedi is going to do his best to hold up his end, but he is limping pretty severely. Adam's going to be moving at half speed for as long as he's carrying it.
If you want to carry him, Adam.
I don't know if I can with my condition as well.
Oh yeah, you're both pretty injured.
Yeah. Well, one injured person carry the other.
No, they're just using each other as a crutch. Take turns hopping on their one good leg.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
I don't have any training in medicine, so I'm not sure if medicine is a skill in this one. I think it's treat injury.
What saith the book?
Okay, no, I'm skilled in treat injury. So I'm gonna try to make like a quick decision. I'm gonna look for like an adreno stem.
Tom did grab a box of those.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna grab 2 adreno stems. I'm gonna shove them both into. I'm gonna shove it into the Rhodian's thigh and into the Jedi's thigh.
Okay. Give me that.
I'll go straight sternum actually.
Give me that treat injury check.
As I'm basically just grabbing some needles off the cart and punching it into both their chest.
Adrenaline.
It's okay, Adam. I've played Knights of the Old Republic. I know the medicines.
What is your character?
So the first one on the Rhodian at a +8 is going to be a 10 total. And
It pierced my heart.
Jedi, if I can find my dice that just rolled over. Okay, pull out another D20. The Jedi gets a 27.
27.
I got a 2 and then a 19.
So what's the funniest thing that happens to Adam? Adam, how much hit points do you have left?
8.
8. All right, so the bad news is that Josh just kind of missed your heart a little bit as he panicked, jabbed them both in. So you're going to take 2 points of piercing damage. But the good news is you are now uncomfortably energetic. You may ignore your damage threshold until you get off the Star Destroyer.
Okay,
You're still fucked up, but you're too hopped up on space crack to notice.
I'm on space cocaine.
Oh man, that Jedi's not gonna like this. They're Jedi. I'm assuming are used to trying to push the poisons out. As one of their fancy little Jedi powers, as I go to this guy and just stab him with an adreno stim.
His eyes surge open. He bolts straight up. He kind of drops the Rhodian a little bit on the ground, and he slides a bit. Don't do that again. Let's get out of here.
Is there a med pack that I can grab real quick just in case?
Sure.
All right, I'm
Fuck
going
it,
to
you're in
grab.
med bay. Why not?
I will grab 2 if possible.
Sure.
All right. In
You
that
want
case,
to fucking back to tank while you're at it? Just
I
throw it on your
see.
back?
My other idea was if I couldn't find stims or anything, I was just going to shoot a back to tank and try to pour them both with it.
Would that work? I feel like Bacta is kind of a long-term treatment.
Yeah. But it would prevent me from dying. Possibly.
And right now, I'm kind of going off that one scene in the first season of The Mandalorian where the droid kind of sprays some over a wound. I'm assuming it would at least have some small effect, if not a full recovery. I assume it wouldn't do a full recovery, but potential external cauterization or something like that.
That's
At
entirely
least.
fair. I don't have my weapon, but I'll do what I can. Does anyone know where the escape pods are on this craft?
I will say follow the med staff. I'm assuming they have more training protocols in this than we do.
Okay, so what I would like you to do for me is roll percentile dice, please.
Okay, my dice. There it's up. Well, I left them.
I got a 39.
Ooh, understood. Okay. Adam Hagris, is there anything you want to do on your way out?
Nothing really, no. This time took all the chips, so I can't take the chips from him. So yeah, nothing I can do.
All right. You guys begin running following the med staff. And as you are running, the Star Destroyer begins to lurch on its side even heavier. I would like just a standard dexterity check.
Not a reflex save?
Reflex save, I do not believe is a thing in this edition, actually. But you may use athletics, I think.
My mind went to 3.5.
I mean, yeah, it's close enough. But this version of the game has the 4th edition rule of the defenses being static numbers.
Yeah.
Good acrobatics.
Yeah, that'll work. Whatever.
Okay.
In that case, I have a 14.
I'm trying to think. 9 plus 7. My brain's not working. The 16 there. 16, yeah. Yeah, there we go.
A 16. Bad news is both of you slam to the ground and take another 2 points of damage.
Oof. Back to critical condition? Not kidding.
Jedi is first one back on his feet. He sort of drags you guys up and pushes you along. And I have some bad news for you. See, the medical staff were indeed leading you towards some non-combatant escape pods, once the thing started listing down into the drink, it sort of became every man for himself. And you can see there's this sort of crowd of Imperial officers sort of crowd into one and launches. Further down, there's some stormtroopers pile into one and launches. And the pods are quickly thinning out. Can I get a perception check, please?
Even the facts.
Depends on if he has that power. And with the stat block that I'm using for him, he does not.
With a nat 20, I have a 28.
I have a golden 18. I have a 4 per perception, so 22.
22. All right. So you both see it. It looks like there's only one escape pod left. As you and a small contingent of stormtroopers begin to come down opposite sides of the hallway. However, through your eye, you can see through the viewports. The Star Destroyer is almost on its side right now, and you are staring down at the crystalline blue ocean of Corellia right beneath you. One of the pods is still there. It misfired. So it says it's jettisoned. It might be stuck, but there is a second escape pod there if you decide to go for that one.
So there's one that's stuck, and there's one that's between us and some stormtroopers.
Yes. And with that, I'm going to ask you all to roll for initiative, please.
Yeah.
8. 16.
14 on the die, and plus 9 to me. 23.
Okay, I did not do so good. I got a 13, and I'm just going to have... Well, let's do this. 21 and a 7. So you got a 23, right, Adam?
Yes.
Okay, so Adam's first, and then the Stormtrooper officer, and then it's going to be Gand, and the Heavy Trooper, and then the 4 regular Stormtroopers that are just sort of bringing up the rear. So, Adam, it is your turn first. Oh, I guess I should roll for the Jedi. I don't think he can... Oh, no, he fucked up. He absolutely McFucked up. Go ahead, Adam, you're first.
I'm gonna rush over and I guess that's the officer you said? That's there.
There's an officer, one heavy, with his huge fucking gun on his back, and then 4 just regular dudes trailing behind them.
Can I guess not level up, but like get the thing sneak attack? Yeah,
No.
is because I have as the thing as my thing the from the fortune from the can I level up and get the sneak attack?
Adam, what level is your character sheet right now?
I think it's 3.
You may take the sneak attack,
Arigato.
but there may be a vicious beating in your future. We'll find out.
Well, I'm already at 4 health points, so I have to need all the health I can get. Anytime your opponent is 5 foot or otherwise, then that is steal an extra d6. Yeah. Okay, I get it. So I shall shoot the run within. I guess run within 6 squares of the officer, and then just blast him in the face if I can.
Okay, if you want to move between 6 squares of the officer, I will let you do that, but that is going to take you past the escape pod, which is sort of equidistant between you guys. Is that the plan?
Like, I'm trying to cut him off, I guess, from the escape pod.
So yes. So you want to block them from it.
Yes.
Okay.
They can run and shoot. Come on. 15 on the die. And then, what is my thing in the jig? I still have base attack written down. God damn it, Adam. Pretty sure it's just Dex, right? Oh, Dex plus 2. I think for the level. Let's see. Plus 3, nice. So I have 15 plus 4 plus 3. So put 7 there. So it'd be 22 to hit.
22 is going to hit him right in the chest.
Nice. Aim for the face,
fire?
but I guess the officer.
Okay.
Take off the kid at the head of command. Kind of attempt to. Trust the deeds. These things. Gonna be down 20 damage.
20 damage. Holy fuck! Okay.
And the 6 on the D6. Yeah.
So your blaster bolt leaps out of the gun, slices down the corridor, strikes him dead center in his chest plate. He staggers but does not fall. He levels his repeating blaster in your direction. You know that thing that Gand has that lets him do whole shitloads of damage? Homie's got that too. As he's going to burst fire at Adam. 15 plus 10. Does a 25 hit you, Adam?
It does yes. Unfortunately.
Like it does if he's using the rules.
It does if he's
oh
he's
boy.
able to kill.
We're not playing Calvin Ball here, Adam.
Yep, I'm dead. I already know. I'm already well
Did it?
aware. I didn't expect to die so fast already.
That is going to be 33 damage.
I'm nigga dead.
What's your threshold?
Already broken. Because my maximum hit points is 21, but that was when I was level 3. So I don't know.
You would have rolled, I think, a D8 if you leveled up.
Yeah.
What is your damage threshold though? Because that's what's important.
Is this for defense?
Yeah.
13?
Okay.
13 plus that's the one I had before, but I haven't. It'll be 17 now.
17. So the damage that reduced him to 0 did exceed his damage threshold, so Adam has insta died. Now. So as there's sort of this huge fucking smoking hole burst through him and he slumps to his slimy face. There is one bit of recourse, Josh.
Yes.
And we are both rather lucky because you wanted to use a treat injury. I had recourse to look this up. Feats, skills. Treat injury. Revivify. Trained only. Requires a medical kit. As a full round action, you can revive a creature that has just died. You must reach the dead creature within one round of its death to revive it, and you must succeed in a DC 25 treat injury check. Using a med pack grants a +2 equipment bonus on the skill check. If the check succeeds, the creature is unconscious instead of dead. If the check fails, you are unable to revive the creature. So, Adam's life is in your hands.
Is it my turn?
No, it is Carleve's turn, and he is going to force push.
Adam.
So the let's see. Odds is the heavy trooper, evens is the commander. So yeah, he's just gonna shove the heavy trooper and he goes sailing back down the corridor. And now it is Gan's turn.
I'm gonna pull the lightsaber off my belt, and I'm gonna toss it to the Jedi, and I'm gonna be like, I need this back. No, this one needs that back. As I am going to attempt.
He ignites the saber. It's red. He just sort of grimaces a little bit.
This one has earned that fair and square.
You can keep it.
And then I am going to use one of the med packs to treat injury.
Okay.
You said it gives a +2?
You get a +2. You need to beat a 25.
Okay, at a +2, I have a +10 total.
Do you have any inspiration left there?
No, I believe I used that last time.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay, Adam. I just need to get a 15 or higher. There is a 25% chance I will succeed.
I know, yeah.
The dice. And luckily for you, Adam, I got a 16, which brings my total to 26.
All right, so how do you revive the quickly fading Rhodian with the med pack?
With the hole in my chest, he just plugs it up with goop, with bug goop, and then he's good to go.
Well, if his heart's like literally exposed, I'm gonna get like the 2 little packs and just apply it directly to it.
Yeah, that's fine, no problem. So you just grab the defibrillator and you sort of go.
I don't know how Rhodian anatomy works completely, so I'm just gonna do his little tubular antenna things.
Tubular.
The rim job method, I love it.
Yeah.
As I get the defibrillator and I'm like doing the thing where I rub them together, I'm like, how does this body work? And I'm just gonna go for the first 2 things I see, which are the antennas.
Okay, so Adam is breathing, but unconscious. Again. The heavy is going to spend his turn, basically getting back to the fray. Looks like he took a pretty good wallop from there's this echoing bong as he struck the wall at the back of the corridor. The other 4 stormtroopers, they're going to split their bolts. And 2 of them are going to target Gand, and 2 of them are going to target the scary fucking Jedi that now has a lightsaber. As soon as I can find their fucking stat blocks. I kind of feel like this book is laid out like shit, just a little bit. I could be wrong. I don't know why, but I seem to have so much more of a problem with this book than I have with any of the others. All right. Blaster rifle with a +4. I'm assuming you have a better than a 16, Gan?
I hope so. Yes.
And the other one is going to crit you.
Okay.
Crits are double damage in this one?
I believe so.
In that case, you are going to take 18 damage.
Okay.
As the bolt strikes into your shoulder. The other 2 are going to fire at the Jedi. And do absolutely nothing because his fucking, his stat blocks is Banana Pancakes awesome. Adam is very, very, taking a nap right now.
Baby Adam, yeah.
Let me check and see if you have any recourse whatsoever.
I should have grabbed more Adreno stims.
I think at a certain point you're just going to explode his heart.
It's like the movie Crank. He's going to need consistently at some point to stay alive.
So I keep jolting my heart. Don't go breaking my heart.
All right, Adam, I'm going to give you 1 chance. Right? You may make a DC 10 Constitution check to regain consciousness. Now, the rules as written, you're only supposed to get that after a minute. But I kind of don't want you to sit here with your thumb up your ass. So I'm going to give you 1 chance to wake up.
The Constitution, yeah. Let's see. So an 8 on the die, and then 3 Constitution. So that's gonna be 11.
Okay. Adam, your eyes sort of flutter open as you were pulled back from Rhodian Jesus, and you see Gan standing over you with smoking defibrillators, and something smells a lot like burning earwax.
Somebody horrid.
All right, even is Gand, odd is the Jedi. Oof. The officer is taking aim at Gand.
Okay.
Oh, that is very cocked. I'm gonna, because that was supposed to be a 19, and then it kind of went and that's also. Well, the good news is my dice don't want to hurt you, Josh. So
they don't want to hurt me. Don't worry. I think the blood.
You
I'm
gotta
shield, Josh.
What's up?
You gotta bring out your dice tray.
I have the dice tray. That's what I'm rolling on. Imp, what's up, buddy?
2 times in a day. Nice input.
We are being spoiled by the imp. There's play. Oof. So, Karlev is going to run forward with the lightsaber ignited, and he's going to make a double attack against the stormtrooper officer. That's going to hit. Also hits. So that is good. Wow, that's a fuck ton of damage. I made this guy really strong. Okay. Yeah, he fucking dices the officer into kibbles and bits. There's a red flash, vroom, 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 and he's just cut down in cauterized chunks. Gand, you are up.
So, my gun's always cocked. So, are there at least 4 of them standing in a square next to each other?
Yes, sir.
So, the officers cut down. There's a heavy rifleman and then 4 regular guys.
Yeah, the heavy stormtrooper's kind of hustling his way back after he got thrown back down the corridor, but there's 4 guys coming up.
So I can shoot the 4 guys then?
Go for it. So you're going to auto fire?
Yes, sir. Excuse me. That's going to be a 19 to hit against their reflex save.
I think they have slightly better than that. Not by much, but enough.
They're all taking half.
Oh no, I'm fucking wrong. They have 19 reflex. So yeah, they're gonna take that whole bitch right down the throat.
Beautiful. In that case, they are all taking 21 damage.
21 damage. You just sort of sweep your heavy blaster across the corridor, and there are 4 dead stormtroopers before you, friend. Even as Gand, odd is the Jedi. The heavy trooper is going to aim for the Jedi and do absolutely fuck all as he just sprays everywhere besides the Jedi. There's a cartoon burn imprint shaped like a Jedi on the back wall, but nothing hit.
He's an extra from the Spaceball set.
Adam, it is your turn.
Gonna slowly get up, strike me down, and I'll become more powerful than you can imagine. And shoot the guy that shot me again.
Well, he's dead, but you can take out the heavy if you want.
I should have been good to take out the heavy then. Yeah. Should have anyway. Let's see. 19 on the die. Damn, he's.
You're gonna hit.
26. How much HP do I have, by the way, after the revive?
What a wonderful question.
I think he only has like 1 or 5.
I think so too, but God knows he needs all the help he can get.
I have the power of Rhodian God, but not the power of anime. Unfortunately, yeah. Figure that out shortly. I do some
Holy shit, I just had the world's biggest brain fart. What was I looking up again? How much hit points he has?
Yes.
I legitimately was like flipping through the pages and I couldn't remember what I wanted to know.
It happens, yeah.
And the worst part was I brain farted out and I passed the part I wanted. Hit points equal to his level. So he's technically level 4 right now. He has 4 hit points left.
Nice.
So he has exactly as much as when he started the fight.
No, yeah, basically. Do I get the sneak attack?
Why not? He thinks you're dead.
Yeah. The zombie attack. Got a 19 this time. Damage.
19 to hit?
I got a 19 on the die to hit, so it was like 26 to hit, but it was 19 damage.
19 damage, yeah, from the floor. You sort of desperado style whip out the blaster. Pow! Get him right in the gut, and he crumples. Carleaf sort of looks back and forth, the lightsaber at the ready. Shall we, before any more show up? As he sort of turns it off and tosses it back to Gan.
I will catch it in my little insect fingers. And I will kind of like grab the Rodian by the scruff and drag him.
I'm still having my gun out just in case anyone wants to follow us.
All right. So you're going to the still operable escape pod, I presume?
Yes, indeed. And I'm assuming our rebellion buddies are with us.
Yeah, they are officially getting marked.
Yes.
So we have Kill Repeal and the rebels with us getting into the escape pod, and unless the Keldorian and Jash make it there, I'm assuming they're getting on a different escape pod.
Assume what you will, you don't see them here.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna beat boop some buttons.
You beat boop some buttons. And it's sort of like the ending of Halo, where you just sort of hurl Hagris into the escape pod, grab the thing and punch it, and the escape pod.
Before I get out, though, I'm gonna turn to the one that's stuck, and I'm gonna blast it and then get in case anybody tries to use it.
I'll tell you what. Let's save that one for the rebels.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of people for one escape pod.
Okay.
Good thinking, though. I like your thinking. So yeah, the escape pod sort of blasts off from the hangars, and as it recedes from the Star Destroyer, right before it cuts down into the waves, you can see a few more escape pods. How many? You're not sure. Maybe 3, maybe 4. Sort of launch off and streak towards Corellia. Do you have pilot?
I have pilot.
I do not.
I do not.
Do you have use computer?
I do.
Okay. As Josh beep boops some buttons, I need a use computer check to make sure you don't immediately shoot yourself into the drink.
Plus 8 to this. Let's go. So 8 plus 8, 16.
All right, 16 is good enough. The escape pod dips low and kind of skims the surface of the water, spraying the one window as it just sort of skips and rolls a bit from the surface tension, streaking towards the city proper. It begins to lose speed, the thruster slowly dying on it as it strikes and skips off a sandbar and lands boom, on the beach. The door cracks open.
Now, do we step out like Vegeta and Namek?
That is entirely up to you guys.
Hey, Vegeta.
I'm the shorter one. I can be Vegeta, Adam. You can be Namek.
But
Nobody wants to be Nappa.
Yeah,
Nappa doesn't even want to be Nappa.
Yeah.
Although I think So there's this weird dichotomy in like DBZ Fighters, the fighting game that Arc System Works put out. I looked up a tier list once for shits, and like the weakest characters in the anime are like the best characters in that game. I think Nappa is number 2. You know who surpassed him? Take one guess. Take one guess who's better than Nappa in that game.
Yamcha.
Krillin.
Yeah.
Oh, Krillin?
I do think Yamcha's like 4 or something.
Krillin do be OP with the destructo disc though.
So I'm going to get out, and I'm assuming the rebels land theirs next to us.
They do not. The different escape pods begin streaking off in different directions, and you're not quite sure which one belongs to who after the trip that you've had. Right now, the only ones in immediate vicinity are you, Hagris, and the Jedi. And maybe Ferry, I haven't decided. Adam, roll a die for me.
What's up?
Adam, roll a die for me.
What kind of die?
I don't give a fuck.
Rolling a D6. And a 5.
5, she's not there.
So I'm gonna kind of like look around, and I'm gonna look to the Jedi. I'm gonna be like, so, how about them Clone Wars?
I can tell you it was nothing compared to what we just went through. Sorry, but who are you people again?
We are contractors hired by the rebellion. And our mission was to take down the blockade around Corellia. And so we figured the quickest course of action was to destroy the Star Destroyer. And you were an afterthought.
I'll appreciate that much. As far as taking down the blockade, as he turns and you can see the Star Destroyer just strike, and there's this massive fucking tidal wave that begins surging in your direction. I'll be nice if Peter's off before it gets to you. This massive fucking tidal wave, and you hear this shriek of bending, twisting metal as the thing just collapses into the ocean.
But you can't hear the stuff in space though.
You're not in space?
I know. Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the Jedi, and I will say, in my culture, it is said that some of the Findsmen can feel death across the galaxy.
I can't say I know very much about your Findsmen. I've heard they were force sensitive. I know a number of Gand Jedi who came from the ranks of the Findsmen. Speaking of which, is that lightsaber yours?
It belonged to one of the Inquisitors. It now belongs to this Gand.
Well, a better use for it then. Although, if you ever want one of your own, you should ask Feria about that map I gave her.
I will have to discuss this with her. No, this one will have to discuss with her. But in the meantime, can you feel any death coming off of that?
Oh, tremendous amounts. But as far as
Good.
whom belongs to what, I'm not sure I could say.
I'm going to get on my comlink, and I'm going to try to get a hold of the rebellion captain.
You get static. They're probably out of range at the moment.
Can we get like a general direction of where some of the other escape pods landed?
Again, so they kind of went in a whole bunch of different directions. Most of them probably landed along the water or just boom into the city itself. But you don't know whose pod belongs to whom.
So is the Jedi currently wearing like a? Is the Jedi currently wearing a? What do you call it?
The
Just like
kimono.
medical robes.
The what?
Is the Jedi just like dressed in like a medical robe right now?
Probably.
Okay, so he's got his butt hanging out. Okay. I'm going to try to find a dead body on the shore and try to give him some clothes. and I am going to tell him that I think the best course of action right now would be to get to the Hutt's palace to regroup.
Dead body on the shore. All right, perception check.
What's my perception?
Yeah.
14.
14. What sort of dead body would you like? Ideally, if a dead body were presented to you right now, what sort of corpse would you find ideal?
Preferably something human.
Okay.
Java.
Anything wearing like an Imperial officer uniform.
So you don't
Even
find.
a stormtrooper would be fine.
So you don't find an Imperial with a 14. With a 14, you find basically a hobo who died of death sticks in a lean-to on the beach.
Oh, even better. I'm just going to start pulling his clothes off and toss him at the Jedi. At least in my culture, at least in this one's culture, it is best not to walk around with one's rear end hanging out.
If you must know, I found the draft rather nice. As he begins to pull on the dirty, disheveled clothing.
Now he fits the modern space hobo aesthetic of the Jedi that Obi-Wan is putting out. All right.
What do you wish to do?
So the blockade is down.
The blockade is down. There are still probably Imperial cells active, but you've cut off the head of the snake.
Yeah. Was there a meeting place, or was the Hutts building the meeting place, or like
our home base?
Not like a home base, but like where we were going to meet if we like lost each other?
I think the Hut's palace was probably the closest you have to a base on all of Corellia at the moment.
Okay, and we got here by smuggling ourselves in, right?
We
smuggled ourselves onto the ship, or into the area by the ship.
Specifically, what do you mean by got here?
Like, we got to the Star Destroyer by smuggling ourselves onto cargo, right? Into the base?
Yes. You hijacked an IDT. And flew up. And then slammed that into another fucking ship and caused a ruckus for some reason.
I'm going to try to hire the equivalent of a space taxi to take us back to the Hutt's palace.
Okay.
Or either that, or if there's like somebody like looking at the Star Destroyer going down, I'm just going to kind of go in, turn on their speeder, and take off.
Oh, there's 100 looky-loos right now. The entire city has its eyes. So if you were to just walk 5 feet in, you could probably find that.
Oh, I'm going to do that then. As everybody's like looking at it, I'm just kind of going to go up to it like any kind of like speeder or like any kind of like 4-person vehicle that got left behind. Turn the keys in the ignition and then just basically drive off with the other 2 or other 4, I guess at this point.
All right, Hagris, what do you want to do?
I want to heal. Finally get a place some shelter. Not die. I've been dead twice, and it's no bueno.
Hey, that the Jedi might have some death sticks in his pocket right now. Take the pain away.
Just kills him again. He just drops dead.
I got death sticks in my phone Doshi, but it's not gonna help. I need the real health. I think I'm still nice on Doshi, so I guess look on the shore for clothes to put on.
You're also looking for hobo clothes.
Yes.
Fine. The Death Stick hobo had a lover, and they perished in each other's embrace. Roll a die.
I'm rolling a d12. I only get to roll these.
Hopefully the Jedi doesn't have that force power where he can touch objects and see their past.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. So bad news. This particular death stick user, he was with a woman. So the second dead death stick hobo is wearing feminine clothing.
Instead of the one I got now.
Like a crop top and booty shorts or something.
If that's how you want to picture it, I am more than happy to give you narrative control over that.
If you're at the computer, make some fan art. Use your discretion or whatever you want to do. Daestra's here as well. The meme machine.
All right. So you got your crop top and your booty shorts on, Adam.
Yep. I'm
still like really torn up booty shorts too.
Yep.
With like the holes cut under the buttocks.
Yep.
And like it says juicy, but it like half of the rhinestones fell off. So it just says juice.
It says where it said juicy in Orabesh.
Just rhinestones and galactic basic across his ass. All right, so you're stealing the speeder. So you creep up through the alleys dockside, and we'll say that there's a delivery speeder. There's two large Trandoshans are unloading this delivery speeder, and you can see that standing outside the I don't want to call it a cockpit, the driver's seat basically. There's a very confused looking Celestin as he just sort of like shelters his eyes from the sun and just watches this huge wreck twist and bend and be ripped apart by the waves.
So I'm gonna go around the vehicle from the opposite side to like the passenger door.
Give me stealth check.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you +4 on the roll because everybody's distracted at the moment.
That would be a 26 then.
Easy done.
I'm going to kind of like beckon the Jedi and the Rhodian behind me.
All right, the Jedi can be like mind trick and like you don't see me. Hagris, I'm also going to ask you for a stealth check. And you are, let's not forget, heavily maimed. So you have -10 to everything.
Yes.
He's still adrenoed up though.
I said until you got off the
Okay.
Star Destroyer, so the stim pack is worn off.
I knew I should have brought more drugs with me.
You always bring more drugs.
I think HGD did it. Let me see. I guess that's close enough.
You guys get to see that after the game. If you're not in the Discord, you've brought this on yourself.
Yes. Surprised you found the screenshot so fast. I thought you're probably just Googling it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting into the speeder, and like as soon as the two of them are in, I'm turning the key and just speeding off.
16 on the die, but it's a -10, but I have a +4, so I got a 10 to my stealth.
So what'd you get?
Total of 10 for the stealth.
A total of 10.
Well, 20 -10 equals 10.
That it does. So how do you approach the delivery speeder?
So I'm literally going around the passenger side, getting in on that door, and just kind of scooting over and letting the Jedi and the Rhodian get in behind me.
Right, but I'm asking how Hagris approaches.
You get in the back seat behind Ganda.
All right, so as you're sort of looping around, you seem to have caught the notice of the two Trandoshans. They sort of like look you up and down, and you can tell by their body language that they're sort of, "Why are you so close?"
Like, if you want to look, boys, you gotta pay.
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Make a persuasion. Did you say Carlo? Did you just fucking say Carlo? Well, see, now I can't do it.
They're all there.
Fuck it, Adam. You succeed. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They just fucking shake their heads and go back to unloading the truck. How do you get yourself into these positions?
You're giving me option. I don't know.
After a certain point, the only common denominator is you, Adam.
I know.
Like, I don't do this on purpose. I don't sit down going, gee, Adam's going to walk up to two burly Transoceans and tube top and a crop booty shorts. All right. Gan starts up the speeder, and it speeds away as the two Trandoshans look on in confusion, and the Celestin chases after it and shakes his fist.
I'm gonna kind of turn and look in the rearview mirror and be like, "What are they gonna do? Call the stormtroopers on us?"
I mean, Corellia does have its own police force. They have Corsac, but you're probably good enough.
There's kind of a bigger thing going on right now.
Yeah,
you're not wrong. All right, so you are returning to the Hutt's palace, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So you begin weaving your way through the blue sector. And once again, you can tell everybody's attention is just on the wreck. Eventually, the Great Star Destroyer has smashed itself into just pieces of flotsam and jetsam bobbing along with the waves. And then there's probably like holovid news reports in a bunch of different languages of the crash, and the cause of the crash is still undetermined, still looking for survivors, this, that, and the other. As you get to Cheeto the Hutt's compound, perception checks from both of you, please.
$20.
18.
18. Adam doesn't notice right away. But Gan, as you turn off the engine, you step out of the speeder and begin to approach the palace. The front doors are ajar.
Do I also see the front doors ajar?
You are the only one who sees it.
Oh, okay.
Did I say you didn't notice? I meant Adam. Adam doesn't notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like hand the lightsaber to the Jedi again. I'm like, you might need this for the next few moments. He
sort of squints. Hell of a safe house you found.
It's a recent addition and only temporary.
Or it could be permanent if the things go well.
I'm going to kind of turn my gun on. I'm going to kind of lean up against the edge of the door and kind of look in.
As you get close, it is dark inside, but you can smell like that ozone smell of carbon scoring. There's been blaster fire here very recently.
I'm going to call out Ngand to my cousin.
Your voice echoes into the empty foyer.
In which case, I'm going to step in, and if it's not one of my droids or my cousin, I'm going to fire.
All right, you step in again. It is dark. What sort of light source are you using?
Oh, probably like the light on my rifle.
Did not know you
Like,
had one. Okay. All right, as you step in, you do see there's sort of this rigid, amorphous shape, almost like a pile towards the end of the foyer where the throne is. And as you get a bit closer, you can actually see that it's one of your battle droids. It is heavily damaged. One of its arms has been completely like shorn off from some sort of concussive force, and just lays before it. It's what would serve at its face has also been heavily damaged and lies in a pile at its feet. From your initial looks, it doesn't look like it couldn't be repaired, but something blew the hell out of this thing.
so I'm gonna kind of like beckon the rest of the group in as I'm gonna kind of like slowly, tactically go from like corner to corner.
Hagris, as you see Gand begin moving very cautiously, you see the Jedi ignite the red lightsaber. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna be in the car, wait for all this to blow over. 'Cause I've been dead twice, and oh yes, I'll grab the car for now. Don't hear in case I hear anything.
Han Solo, you are not, Adam. All right, so you're going to go hide in the car.
I'm solo in the car.
From Cheeto's throne room, which way do you wish to go?
I will go left.
Left will take you into the dining room. The dining room, again, heavily burned by carbon scoring, and it is here that you find the damaged remains of the other battle droid, also inoperable. You can see as you step in, its eyes sort of like blink and flash and flicker a bit. It raises its head to acknowledge your presence, and then just sort of dips down.
Was there anything behind the kitchen or the dining room?
There was the actual kitchen where the food is prepared.
I'm just gonna kind of peek in there real quick.
This room has been spared most of the damage of the rest of the palace. It doesn't look like any actual fighting transpired here. Okay. But you see nothing.
And then I'm going to go back to the throne room.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go right from this point.
Right from the throne room takes you, well, if you were to go north and then right, you go to the garage. Garage looks mostly as you left it. But as you are doing a systematic sweep of Jabba or Cheeto's palace, there does not appear to be any sign of... Actually, while you're in the garage, give me another perception check.
This one is but an 18.
An 18. So there's that pile of just scrap where Faria found the Magna Guard.
Yes.
And as you're sweeping your gun along, one of the pieces of metal begins to dislodge from the top of the pile and sort of tumble clank, clank, clank to the floor.
I'm going to raise my blaster up as I try to inspect what it is.
How do you approach?
Basically with the gun up, kind of taking it step by step going forward.
Okay, but you're not making any effort to hide yourself, you're just going?
No, I'm not hiding.
Okay. So you step forward, Carleave, lightsaber at the red eye. Ready. Moves at your side. And as you peek over the crest of the pile, you can see Dela, the Twi'lek slave, just sort of throw her hands up as she cowers.
What happened? Where is my clutch mate?
I don't know. I was in the kitchen for 5 seconds, and then you guys.
I'm gonna turn to the jet and be like, can you do that thing where you pull the thoughts out of her head? And this one is treacherous.
I can attempt. As he sort of gingerly reaches towards her, she flinches. But eventually she will sort of acquiesce as he gently lays a hand on her. And he rolls a natural 1.
Such a good Jedi.
Darkness. She hid lots of blaster fire, and there's a strange smell in the air, beyond the carbon scoring. Pheromones, perhaps.
I'm going to kind of nudge her with the rifle, kind of nudging her to get up.
She will, again, cringe and stand to her feet.
I'm going to kind of nod towards the stairway and tell her to basically lead the way up at the hololift.
Yeah, she's gonna do exactly what you tell her to do. What are you having her do?
Basically, just walk in front of me as we go up the lift to the second floor.
Second floor looks untouched. It doesn't look like any of the fighting transpired here.
Was there more rooms on the first floor that I forgot to look through?
I mean, there was the dungeon down below, but there's nothing down there.
Okay, I'm still kind of calling out to my clutch mate in Gand.
There is no response.
In that case, I'm sweeping through the rooms, see if I can find his body.
Perception check.
22.
You check every room, every cupboard, underneath every pile of refuse. You even managed to move a chunk of the heavily rotting Cheeto. Your clutchmate does not appear to be here, dead or alive.
He said he had people coming after him, right?
He did.
Did he specify who?
He was an escaped slave, as he seemed to have confided in you. If one had to make an educated guess, you think he ran afoul of the Finesman.
Can I find the data slate that I left with him?
Sure. Yeah, it is in the dining room, beside the barely conscious, barely active battle droid. The screen is probably cracked a bit, but it's functional.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do a quick sweep of the dungeon, and barring finding him there, I'm going to start repairing the droids.
Okay, Hagris, they've been in there a while. You don't hear anything.
Someone take the keys with me so no one jacks us like we jacked them. And I'm heading inside.
All right, inside you see a display of carnage, much as I described to Josh. You were immediately greeted by the heavily destroyed battle droid. Which one are you repairing first?
The one that still had its lights on.
The one that still had its lights on. It occurs to you that the one that still had its lights on probably has an active memory drive.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to review it.
All right, give me a use computer roll.
I can do it.
15.
15. So you essentially are able to dump the memory drive of this droid as you're repairing it. And what you see is essentially from the droid's perspective. And you can see your clutchmate. And they're just they're sitting together at the table in the dining room. not particularly eating, but your clutch mate is just sort of having a one-sided conversation with the droideka, and he's just nerding out about starships and all the places he wants to go. And the droideka, it's guns hot and at the ready. It just doesn't respond. It's just staring stoically, taking all this in, and then suddenly, an explosion rocks the throne room just outside, and your clutchmate gets up and he starts moving towards the door. The battle droid waddling after him, and you are able to see the other battle droid in the throne room sort of pitch a desperate last stand as blasters going, firing through the cracked doors of the foyer, and eventually these bolts just lance through, boom, 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 precision shots, drop it. Your clutchmate runs back into the dining room. The battle droid just sort of backpedals, almost trying to, put him in a corner as it takes a defensive stance in front of him. And from the darkness of the throne room, you can see at least 3 Gand emerge, dressed in very traditional attire for one of your species. And as the heavy blasters of the droideka begin to go, one of the Gand throws something. There's this bright flash of light, and then everything goes to static.
An ion grenade. This one would have to guess. As he's reviewing the footage. Can I guess where they'd be taking him?
Home. He is an escaped slave, and that means he is worth something to the people that would send the Finesmen after him.
Is the Jedi watching me, or what's he doing?
He hears a noise from the foyer and goes to investigate. A moment later, he comes back with Hagris.
This one would suggest you find something to occupy your time while we wait for the rest of the party to arrive. The Gan says as he goes back to basically doing droid repair to take his mind off of what just happened.
Well,
How many people came for the other Gand?
That one has been taken.
Sorry.
You don't need to roll to fix up the battle droids. I'm going to say there's plenty of parts in Cheeto's scrap pile that you can use to fix these things up just about good as now. So the real question is, what the hell you guys want to do until the others get here?
If the Jedi hands me the lightsaber back, I'm going to start taking it apart.
Yeah, he will. It's yours. He has no intention of stealing it from you. And he seemed to intimate upon the Star Destroyer that he had a way of getting more. So he has no qualms with parting with it. Besides, it's not his color.
It's not as sweet
as I'm kind of like gently pulling it apart in front of my compound eyes, I will ask him what his color was.
Oh, I was never one to rock the boat. I was partial to blue myself. But to each their
own. This one supposes an aesthetic insignificance with the colors.
I don't know. It was simply the color I had access to when my master finally bade me to build my own. Of course, this wasn't on Corellia. This was a number of years ago. Dantooine, I believe it was, when I found my first crystal.